G'day, folks. So we just finished watching Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 5, the big Battle of King's Landing. And initial thoughts were that it was probably one of the more entertaining episodes of the series, but it was full of so many just ridiculous, stupid plot lines and character decisions, and it was a mess, but it was an entertaining mess. That's all. That's what I've got to say. It was entertaining. The battle was visually impressive, but again, ridiculous military tactics, just characters being completely unlike, themselves for the past 8 years. But yeah, that's my initial thought. What about you?
I agree.
All right, so that about wraps it up. No, we've got more to say than that. No, so look, it was satisfying seeing the Clegane brothers fight it out. It's a shame the Hound had to go out the way he did, but I guess he took his brother. Actually, his brother probably survived that fall, so the Mountain's still alive. I think the only way to end that guy is to either cut him in half or cut his head off. So yeah, he would have survived that fall. I mean, if he can take a knife through the eye and, coming out the back of his head, that fall will be nothing for him. So he's fine. He'll live on to, slaughter and murder more people.
Poke a few more eyes out.
Yeah, but unfortunately we've lost the Hound, probably one of my favourite characters in the show. Just like the way he was portrayed. Although, like I've said in an earlier episode, when they had him lose to Brienne of Tarth in a fist fight, it sort of took me out of the show a bit. But I've been watching this last season just for the sheer utter chaos and insanity of it. And this episode didn't disappoint in terms of chaos and insanity and just things not making any sense. I guess Daenerys, she's, finally become the Hitler of the series.
I've always hated her, and I've been waiting for her to go mad, and she didn't disappoint.
Yeah, I haven't liked her from the beginning. She's always been an annoying little twat, and she fulfilled that now. I mean, you had the bells ringing, the army had surrendered, the war was over, but she just couldn't help herself. She had to go and murder those women and children. What a lovely character. Jon, what an absolute imbecile he's become, bending the knee to a maniac tyrant like her when it was so obvious how insane she was. It was obvious to everybody, Even Tyrion knew it, and he was in denial. Again, like, his character's sort of been betrayed. I mean, he was so intelligent and conniving and Machiavellian the whole show, and then he just swears blind allegiance to that stupid bitch. I don't understand. Varys the only one speaking some, common sense there, and they burned him for it. And Jon just stood there and watched. Jon's character, it's like it's not him anymore. He's the Jake Skywalker of the show. It's Jake Snow. That's who it is.
He's gone from hero to zero.
Yeah, he really has. So stupid. I don't understand why they've done this to these characters. Arya Stark, just surviving the apocalypse there. Nothing can kill her, obviously.
Yeah, but it was nice to see her vulnerable.
When was she vulnerable? She survived everything.
Yeah, but she was scared. Like, it was good to see her scared again, and she's not just this strong,
it's like
brave.
She was scared her coffee's going to be cold between scenes. She wasn't scared she was going to die, because obviously she can't die. She can beat Night Kings. She can survive, the leveling of King's Landing worse than the bloody bombing of Dresden, and unbelievable. So Jaime and Cersei died together, and I guess he got to fulfill his wish of dying in the arms of the woman he loved, which is, just happens to be his twin sister. That's not messed up at all.
No, not at all.
What else happened? A lot happened.
Euron's little last line.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that.
Last words.
I actually enjoyed the way he just looked up at the sky or the camera, us, and declared that I killed Jaime Lannister with a smile on his face as he's, internally bleeding to death. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I actually enjoyed his character, as stupid and pointless as his character was. I don't know. He played it. He played it in an entertaining way.
He's
But-
meant to be a cocky bastard, and he did it
Yeah.
well.
He did. This whole season's just been a shit show. It's been a disaster. But like I said, the first few episodes were just purely frustrating. I wasn't really entertained by them at all. At least this one, it kept my attention, and the visuals were impressive. I'll give it that. The dragon burning down the entire city and causing, the towers and the part of the Red Keep to collapse. That was done well. That looked impressive.
Why was he all of a sudden strong enough to flatten a whole city when
Oh,
he couldn't do it a couple of episodes ago?
Good point. It's like the dragon's power level was just ramped up to 5,000 in this episode. Yeah, her dragons have been practically useless for this entire season, and most of last season too, if I remember. Oh, no, she won that battle against Castle Rock, I think, with the dragons last season. So the dragons, they've been total garbage this season. They haven't really done much at all.
Until today.
Yeah. And she's done all this with one dragon. She destroyed an entire city and army, laid waste to it.
People.
Yeah. Where was this kind of, uber dragon destruction? Where was this whole season? I mean, she lost a dragon last episode, just out of the blue, from the the stealth fleet that was around just around the back of a large rock that she couldn't even see.
From in the sky.
Yeah, and they had their laser guided ballistas, shooting them down. And then today they couldn't hit nothing. They had more scorpions trained on this dragon, and they saw it coming, and they couldn't hit jack shit.
They just contradict themselves every episode now.
Yeah.
It's exhausting to keep up with.
But you know what you do when you have such inconsistent writers that have disappointed so many people? You give them an entire Star Wars trilogy over the course of 6 years. That's what you do. That's
exactly what you do.
Yeah, sorry. No, over the course of 4 years. From 2022 to 2026, they're going to put out their 3 movies. Yeah, that's what you do. That's the most logical thing to do. Any other thoughts on this episode, apart from it was horrible seeing the rape and murder of all those innocent people. I know it's just a TV series, but that's always hard to swallow. And it just made me really despise Daenerys more than ever. I think you brought up a good point. You were talking about how all these people had named their kids, their daughters, Daenerys after the first
Sucked in.
couple of seasons because they thought she was some great. They thought she was some great righteous,
Queen.
yeah, feminine leader who was going to free all these people, and that her name would become synonymous with grace and freedom and saving, like she was some kind of savior. And now her name's synonymous with burning innocent people to death when you didn't have to. The city was surrendered, the military had surrendered, the people were just cowering in their homes, and she had to kill them all. She had to kill them all. So there you go, folks who've named your kids Daenerys. You've practically called them Adolf Hitler.
I do feel sorry for the kids, though, honestly. Are they going to change their names now when they're older, or?
They'll probably just call themselves Danny or Danielle or something like that. So yeah, any final thoughts?
I just want to know what the hell's going to happen in the next episode. Like, how can they have a full episode when there's nothing left?
Yeah, I just feel like everyone's probably going to turn on Daenerys. I don't know. I can't imagine anything else. And It'll just be the final power play to see who ends up on top.
On top of the rubble.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, well, I guess my final thoughts are Jon disgraced himself by not standing up to that evil woman. Daenerys has, shown her true colours, which I always knew were there anyway, that she's pure evil. And what else? Arya is indestructible. I guess that's about it.
Gotta go because the baby's crying.
Yeah. All right, folks. So, I guess, look, in a nutshell, it was entertaining madness. That's what it was. It was chaos and insanity, but I guess, it wasn't a boring episode. Let's put it that way. All right, folks. That's about it from us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment about what your thoughts were on the episode, whether you loved it or hated it. And God bless, and I'll see you later.